I'm back with another idea for a short lesson. So this is a little technique I use a lot when I'm practicing my tone mainly, just sort of as a warm-up. And I like to use it a lot these days, especially because it's just fun. So it's less practice and it's more fun. And it's a bit of a challenge, a challenge for my ears. So what effectively I'm going to show you is basically playing melodies in all keys. And I came across this idea after watching a masterclass that a long time ago. I was in my 20s. It was put on by the Catholics, great Sydney band, and Sandy Evans was the saxophone player in that band. And I remember asking her a question at the end of the masterclass. It was a great masterclass, very memorable. And I think I asked her, what is the best way to practice tone, getting a good tone and a good sound? And her response was to play ballads. And I think that's great because mostly we get told to just play long tones and that is so boring, but we have to do it. But ballads is interesting because you're learning these great old standards. They're so beautiful, but they're slow and you're able to really get involved in the sound. So then I had this idea. I started playing ballads. Then I thought, what if I play them in other keys? And so then I'm preparing myself to play with different vocalists, for example, who may want to sing them in other keys, and I'll be well prepared for that. And I realised as I started doing that, this is really helping my ear to progress and train my ear to hear intervals. It's really helping me with all my scale knowledge and technical knowledge, and it's just really helping me to get into my tone and my sound. And then I really got into it because it was so much fun. I started trying to do it with Parker tunes and things like that. That took a long time. So once you get started with this, the world is your oyster. You can just develop and advance with it as you get familiar with it. I did practice transposing the way jazz musicians practice their patterns and scales, in certain intervals that help us to recognize typical chord progressions. So I would practice the melodies around the cycle of fourths. So from like C, the key of C, then I'd move it to the key of F, to the key of B flat. I practice ascending and descending chromatically, semitone intervals, whole tone intervals, minor thirds. So it's a real workout, and but it's a lot of fun. So I thought we'd do this today with Sweet Georgia Brown, which is the one I started the video with, because it's a pretty nice, easy one, because what we want to do is we sort of want to get an idea of what notes of the chord or the scale we're using. So if we know the first chord in Sweet Georgia Brown is concert F, F7, so on alto that's a D, then the melody is, I can say it in numbers, is 1, 2, 3, 1, 5, 3, 6, 5, octave, 5, 3, 1. So the end of that is quite easy because it's just the arpeggio going descending. And it's a nice little pattern of the melody. So if we just take that section, I'll sort of demonstrate how we then transpose that number system to, if we go along the cycle of fourths. That's a really common interval of chord progression that we use in the jazz world. So just that first section, Sweet Georgia Brown, nice and slow for our tone. just the beginning there is a good start, nice and slow, so you can really think about where your fingers are going. And it's important to know your major scales especially, but yeah, your key centers are really important. Now if I put that, move that along the cycle of fourths to concert B flat, so concert F, now we're in concert B flat, and that's my G. And here it is on G. Yeah, and I'm really thinking about nice clear tone there as well. I'm starting to hear those intervals. That was in concert E flat, my C. So what if I did it chromatically or by semitones? And so on. I might want to change it to whole tones, minor thirds, descending as well. So it's just a lot of fun, and if you can do then that with the whole tune, you're really starting to advance your ears and hearing chords as well. Okay, so have fun with that. I know I do. I do it almost every time I practice just because it's a lot of fun, and I know it's doing me a lot of good too. Okay, I might go surfing now. See you later. Bye.